Okay, it is 7:03 and we're gonna call the meeting to order. So first item, pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Audience introductions. Approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the,
We have one edit. So we have one edit, the removal of 4D, which will happen in December.
So actually, we're not removing it, we're moving it to December, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I moved that we adopt the agenda, moving integrated guidance report to December board meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. And delegation of visitors? None? Items of information for the board, reports, superintendent report.
Sure. So we have a really busy time and one of the greatest times I think we have here at Marydale, and I think sometimes we take for granted. Julia's mom, I wish she was still here for some of it, but her mom was a longtime teacher in Scappoose, and some of you have heard this maybe before, but she was standing next to me during our dress rehearsal one time a couple of years ago for the Christmas performance, and she said, I don't know if people realize what they have here because we never had anything like this at Scappoose. And just to be able to see the plays, and I know when Erin had her office up on the stage, it drove her nuts to hear the same songs over and over and over up there, but it really is pretty special to be able to see some of those things. And so I talk about our Marydale way, whether it's kissing a goat or a pig and Ag Olympics, or doing a corn feed, which seems crazy that people are like, what is that? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. But there's a lot of different things that become this part of the fabric of our school, and so I really appreciate all the hard work our students and our staff do in order to make these things happen. And it's definitely a crazy month that occurs before this this Christmas break that we have each year. And so our holiday feast starts this Thursday. I don't know if any of you are available. Marydale twist on the old Thanksgiving dinner. If you like your turkey chopped up, come on over for some good mashed potatoes and gravy and turkey, etc. But and again, complete with the Costco pumpkin pie. But it's pretty great to be able to have our parents and our grandparents and siblings, etc., that come and eat with our kids. And we have quite a few people that come and take part each year. So it's been a great tradition that we've been doing. I'm glad that we're doing it and look forward to it. And then we also have, we had the turkey trot that actually happened this last week.
How'd that go?
Great.
Really well. The elementary and the high school kids helped out with that. And then we do our adopt a family where we help out with toys and food and clothing for a lot of people in our own community and then through Polk County. And it's been a big project for the last almost 30 years that we've done here. And a lot of kids that participate in staff, those especially that get a chance to go shopping for the kids, I think it's really meaningful for our students and our staff, really, they get a chance to go do that. And I think it means something to them. I've seen a lot of kids over the years when I've taken them to the stores, or when I know staff, including one over there, that when you got a chance to do it, it was pretty exciting, wasn't it? You enjoyed it quite a bit. So even my wife was in on the action a couple times, going and helping out with a kid or two last minute when I had to have an extra kid or a family that we had, and it's always a fun time to be able to help out in that way. And then also our other projects, our Food for All program is our largest one. I was talking with Kirk and McKenna earlier today, and they just said a lot of our kids don't understand that Food for All started here, and how it, began, and the amount of food that's collected, and I don't think they don't see all of it anymore because we've been able to farm it out to other schools, which is really great to get all those students involved as well. And even at the state FFA convention, it doesn't happen every year, but it's happened a couple times where they take the food over there and they actually have the students participate there at the state convention and hear about it. But as you can see, 8 million pounds of food, it's really actually over that, but it's over 300,000 pounds every year, some years up to close to 450. So it's been a phenomenal project that we do. But the senior tea has been coming back. Christy and some others help bring that back, and we're already talking about next year and trying to make it even bigger and trying to have that interaction with some of the other people in our community that are a little bit older. And senior tea used to be quite a big thing, and we had somebody the other day, Misty Matthews, was talking about, and she's like, gosh darn it, let's bring it back and make it a bigger thing. So that was a really great thing. So, and then the next one is, I'm sorry, I just had one other thing. We have our Christmas program on Thursday, December 19th as well. And again, all of our elementary students are going to be taking part in that. And, longstanding tradition and really great opportunity to come see all the talents of the younger kids. So I hope people get a chance to come and take part in one of these or more of these activities over the next month as we look to serve those in our community. So, thank you.
Elementary report, the elementary middle school report.
Yes, I'd like to add on to Dan's Perrydale Way conversation to start with. We've got a few new staff members this year that come to us from other districts, and so it gives us some comparison. We're hearing a lot about how different we are and how it completely recharges staff that have been working in schools for a while to be here at Perrydale. So that feels really good that we're getting that positive feedback, and our staff really love to be here, and that they see that we're doing a lot of things right and doing a lot of things well. We had the Reptile Man visit, and that was a fun visit, a little scary for some of our kindergarten guys. Unintentionally, they were on the front row and were a little bit startled by some of the creatures, but it was still a really great visit, and I think all in all, they had a great time. Mrs. Paya, we're doing something a little bit different with our art this year. Mrs. Paya will hire a sub. And during some of our report card assessment times where we're needing kiddos to be assessed in smaller groups, she's then conducting an art project, and she actually was an art major prior to going into teaching. So utilizing that passion that she just loves art. The kiddos had their next art literacy project a couple weeks ago, and some of that art that came from our kiddos is phenomenal. So I kind of changed the font to get your attention that if you wander over to the elementary, as you walk right into the elementary, you'll see some pretty amazing art that's from kindergarten through 5th grade. Every student was able to be successful in the way it was presented, and the projects look really great. The middle school quarterly rewards trick just happened this last Friday, so kiddos went swimming. Of course, we finished the turkey trot. It was upcoming at the time that I wrote the report. Our carnival success was great this year. We feel like every year it's really great, and it's just fun to be able to keep making it even better and better. Lots in attendance. We were able to provide additional things at an extra cost to us as a carnival group. However, those costs wound up being covered by a fundraiser, a donation, and then of course the bracelets without us really needing to increase prices too much. We increased by a little bit, but not very much. The 8th grade class provided chicken Alfredo from scratch for the families of that attended, and that was a lot of fun. They did great, and of course we smelled it all day.
They sold out.
They completely sold out within about half of the time, and that was them planning for more than last year. So it was really great, and I think they're going to have to plan for even more the following year because they made it from scratch, and it really was delicious. Our 3rd through 8th grade math staff are participating in a series of OSAS workshops, and the second one is coming up the next week, actually. And that's really helpful for helping our staff really focus on what we've talked about with priority standards and some testing strategies of how the test is is designed and helping our students be more successful. Dan spoke about the elementary winter program that's coming up. And again, that Perrydale Way, it's so much fun to see our new students who land lines in the play, practicing for the very first play ever. They might even be fifth graders and they've never been in a play before. And so it's really great. Mrs. Matthews does a great job of really spreading the lines out and including a lot of different students. The senior tea is coming up and we're really focusing on increasing attendance, but the challenge with that has been is that there's just been a big shift in assisted living facilities being willing to transport their residents to the location, which is here at Perrydale School. So we haven't really gained a lot of that in the last couple of years. So we're hoping as we're able to advertise more, maybe reach more directors that are in charge of some of their activities a little bit more personalized, that we can maybe increase some of that attendance again. But regardless, we're really happy to be able to provide that opportunities for the grandparents of these kiddos to either be able to watch it for a second time or to watch without as much of a crowd. So the senior tea either way is really successful. And as part of the senior tea, we have both high school and middle school culinary classes providing the desserts for those for our visitors. So that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, and next year, what's that?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So next year, we've roped FFA back into being able to be splitting themselves amongst food for all packaging and coming over and helping with senior tea. It's just going to take us a year to transition into that. But Kirk is excited about that, and I think that's going to go really well.
I think the last one's November 21st, right?
Yes, that was a typo. It is November
Make sure,
21st.
'cause I'm
I
like-
corrected on my
You don't
paper.
want
I
us
just
to
forgot to
show
tell
up.
you about it.
No, I was like, that's the Saturday, right? So
Yeah. Yeah,
special,
thank you.
special celebration right there. No school that day.
Right. And that's it for me. Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Sped report.
Always exciting. We're serving about 37 students on IEPs. We're continuing with our speech evaluations. We'll probably get a few during conferences as well. Just parents or teachers concerned about students' speech needs. Our behavior support person from WESD, I believe they switched out, so we have someone new. She was in Dallas and is wonderful, so I'm looking forward to her coming out and visiting and helping with us with some of our behavior kids. All right, Jessica, Tam?
And then did anyone have any questions, comments on the facilities report?
It was long and thorough.
Spotlight on education.
Yeah, so we have a couple of items. One that we're hearing some of it right now in the gym. We've been having our young boys have an opportunity to do basketball this last couple of years, and our girls volleyball started a youth program this last spring. Well, now they're going to be doing a youth girls team as well for 4th through 8th graders, so they can have a couple of I call it travel ball, but they're not really traveling anywhere, it's just right around in this area. But club type stuff for a few months in January, February, March. So they're going to be working on that. So high school coach will be working on that during that off season with the middle school, working with some parents and making that happen. So happy to have that going and get those younger programs going. It's really great to have, both boys and girls have that opportunity. So, and then the other one is with our FFA. We have a couple of different items. Last week there was a competition with ag sales, and then also for the first time we did food science. And I have the results right there. So in ag sales, we have 3rd place in advanced ag sales, beginning ag sales, and advanced food science as teams. And then Savannah, and that's in our district. And so we go against some heavy hitters with YC and Central and Dayton. Dayton does a lot of that stuff, but YC is the one in ag sales, that's kind of their baby. Savannah and the high school in Owen, well, it's in high school, but Savannah Beach and Owen got first for individual for practicums, which is great to win that. And then Ellie Meyer got second place for individual and practicum. Clifford Billable got first for individual beginning food science, and his sister did advanced food science. She got sixth place, so he has a little bragging rights over her and the family, which is great. And then Holden got eighth place for the advanced food science as well. So they did really well. They're excited at a couple of advisors that came back with big smiles on their faces and talking about that, which is great. And then another one I heard last week was that Connor Fass had a pretty good opportunity when was selected through a nomination process from the teachers to get his what's called the Blue Jacket program. Is that what it's called, correct?
Mhm.
And you may know a little bit more about it than I do.
No, he can't tell me much about it.
But I know that there's a special dinner at the state convention that only the people that are recipients, and I think there's 15 in the state each year that get it, somewhere around 12 to 15, 12 of them. And they get paired up with a mentor person that's going to be working with them through the ag bank, or the, not Marion.
Farm credit.
Farm credit, thank you. And so they'll be working with him also, and then they also help to take care of his Blue Jacket.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a pretty good
Pretty
opportunity.
excited.
Yeah, pretty good program, and Nick was really excited about the fact that he was able to be successful in getting that one, and that's pretty great. So 1 and 12 and a special dinner.
Yeah,
Pretty
How
cool.
do they win it? Is it like an essay? What is it?
I have no idea.
So I know that it's from an application process
As the
through.
mother of a lot of sons, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
All
So
I
know
know
that
is he was one of 12 out of like 1,500 students that was chosen. But
That's
he
a
can't tell
nomination
me why.
process.
Okay, it's a nomination.
Nomination process, so they nominated him and then they explained the explanation of why they chose him, and, you know, usually has to do with a career field that they may be looking to do in agriculture, so,
Okay.
so.
Maybe call them dads.
I don't know, I thought he was gonna be a chemical engineer, so I don't know.
I don't know. Ag teacher to be able to tell you, but some good stuff happening there and excited about some of the activities.
Great, thank you. New hires. Or
Yeah,
and
so
resignation.
I can mention new hires. Elizabeth Martin comes to us actually from EduStaff. She's subbed in a lot of different areas as some of her experience, and she's also nannied and done some classroom assisting overseas. So she's new to us. She's been with us for about a week and a half now, and spends a lot of her time mixed between 4th and 5th grade, and she's doing really well. So welcome her aboard.
And I wasn't able to be at the last board meeting because I was out of town, but I don't know if Jen Betts was on the old.
Was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got that, thank you.
Can I brag about her?
Yeah.
Okay. She comes with a lot of experience. She was in Dallas for a while. She was out at Oasis for a while, so knows a lot about behavior, and her philosophy and experience has just brought a lot to our team, and she's fit in very well.
Great. Moving to item 5, consent agenda.
I move to approve consent agenda.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Items for board action, retirement, rehire.
Yeah, so I talked with Amber a little bit last week. We thought there may be a retirement coming, and there was at the very end of last week. Misty Matthews is retiring effective at the end of December. I have that retirement letter. She would like to work back for the remainder of the year, but she knows that that's at the decision of the board and that it's year to year. But she does still have a desire to work with the kids and still take part in doing the same type of activities that she's been doing. She's been, she just added band recently over the last 2 years. She's done xylophone, and the drama, the Christmas performances, the choir. She's done a little bit of everything here. We had worked a few years ago to see if there may be any student teachers at Pacific that may want to come down and work with us in the music, because we didn't know what Missy's plans were, but to try to get some music people coming as student teachers, and
From that specific location was difficult because they'd be coming from
yeah, we
Forest
coming
Grove.
from, but that's the music program school.
Yeah.
And the state really, I mean, Linfield has one as well. That's-
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about
Linfield as well, but anyway, it's tough to find someone to do a K through 12 program. That's where I was going with this. Is really difficult. A lot of them like to specialize in, choir or band, et cetera. So to get somebody that's kind of a jack of all trades, kind of like with Mr. Hallett, how he was teaching math and science, those types of teachers just are rare to find nowadays. So anyway, Misty Matthews done a lot of stuff, good stuff for our school. We appreciate that. Again, very few things draw as much attendance as a home football game or big home basketball game with those Christmas performances. Fill that parking lot up so much that we have to have it at different times now because of how much it fills it up. So I don't know how the board feels about her finishing out the year. It would be similar contract to what we've done with Mr. G. And then I could have the terms of that done for the next board meeting, but we want to let you know about the retirement and then see about how you feel about the rehiring part, finishing out the year.
I'll move to rehire Misty Matthews until the end of the 24-25 school year.
Can we just add to that it matches what we've done with previous staff? If we're adding that, then I am.
Okay, motion and a second. Let's see if there's any discussion.
We would need the contract, yeah.
So, yeah, I want to see if it was all right, but
Yeah.
I'll forward you her retirement letter and then the board, and then I'll make sure I do the contract. We'll do it up over the next few days and then send that to you folks, and then that way you can approve that at the December meeting.
So I think what I heard is the motion is to move forward, but with contract approval at the December meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for summing that up.
Okay,
Very eloquently.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Patron input. Okay. Board comments.
I knew Missy was going to be retiring soon, but I guess I thought maybe we'd get one more year.
Well, you will, hopefully.
Okay.
I think she wants to, I don't think she's gonna be going anywhere over the next couple of years if she has her way, but again, she knows that's up to the board on what they will
We
do.
spoke about what we have here and how special it is and how different it is from other places in the state. So many schools have lost music. You see band and stuff back in junior high and high school, but elementary music is definitely lost in a lot of places. So she has been more valuable, so I hope she'll stay for a little bit longer and happy she can retire. She's put in a lot of years.
Announcements, dates of importance.
Yeah, we already said a lot of these, so we already had, this is from last week, we already had the Friday school last week. Or I should say school on Friday. But the Craft and Vendor Fair coming up this coming Saturday. And then conferences next week on Monday and Tuesday. And then Thanksgiving break. And then Food for All begins that first day we get back. And then the Perrydale Parent Club is having their dance.
I
on
think
the
that's
6th.
actually not happening on the 6th.
That got changed?
Yeah, I don't know when it is. I just was in the office when they came in from their meeting last week and said that they were changing it.
Okay, postponed. And then College and Career Night on the 9th of December, and that was a little bit later this year because we originally had it earlier this year. FAFSA was postponed.
Right.
And so we had to wait for that, and grateful for Maggie. She has been working with those senior parents through their own Parent Square messaging group, so I appreciate that. And then the blood drive coming up on December 12th with our student leadership group, and then our next board meeting on the 16th.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
I was seeing Julia the other day.
Yeah, 'cause they just got back.
What, how was it?
Right?
Yeah, we,
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah.